The Volkswagen Golf has always been the go-to family car as it has always been well built and reliable. Well, today the best Volkswagen Golf was the Mark 7.5. The Mark 8 Golf, however, lost the title to the go-to family car as it was not reliable and the typical Volkswagen feel had just disappeared. It was also riddled with loads of electrical issues, especially with the infotainment system. Well, this is the Facelift Mark 8.5 Golf, and Volkswagen promises that all of the issues that were in the Mark 8 Golf has changed with the new Mark 8.5 Facelift. Let's have a look to see what it is like. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the #1 place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So to start with, the overall design of the new Volkswagen Golf up front hasn't changed drastically, but there are changes to make it a bit more modern. The overall layout is the same as before, but the headlights are sharper and less curvy. The black bar connecting the Volkswagen badge has also slightly slimmer than before too, and we do still also get a light bar like before. But what has changed is that you now get a light up badge for the first time in this segment. The lower grille is also different and has been designed to be very similar to the new Volkswagen Passat Estate and the new Tiguan. The overall front end looks sleeker than before, which I do quite like however. Moving around to the side, and the changes have been kept to a minimum. We get the usual new colour and wheel options that make the Volkswagen Golf look more modern, but we also get a new R badge and GTI badge as well as a GTE badge, where they are now on the front door rather than on a bit of plastic on the front wheel arch. This gives the site a more minimalistic design approach while showing the car what it is. It also makes it easy to manufacture too. Moving around to the back, and there are some good changes to talk about. To start with, the taillights have an all new design on the base model, and on the top of the range models they get some clear light lenses. Again, like what you will find on the new Tiguan and Passat Estate. This gives the car a more premium look, which I do like, and it also makes it look more modern. The bumper is also new, giving it a more minimalistic look than before. Right, let's have a look at what engine and gearbox options you can have with the new Volkswagen Golf Facelift. So, to start with, the range consists of a wide range of petrol, diesel and electrified petrol engines. Let's start with the regular petrol engine first. This starts with the well-known 1.5 litre TSI turbo petrol units with 113 brake horsepower. This can do 0 to 62 in 9.9 seconds, and power is sent to the front wheels through a 6-speed manual gearbox. The next engine is the same 1.5 litre turbo unit, but the power has been increased to 148 brake horsepower. This can do 0 to 62 in 8.6 seconds, and again the power is sent to the front wheels through a 6-speed manual gearbox. The next two engines are identical to the first two, but they now have mild hybrid technology in them. These engines are called ETSI. The first one is the 113 brake horsepower 1.5 litre engine. This can do 0 to 62 in 9.9 seconds, but the power is sent through a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. The same goes for the 148 brake horsepower model. This can do an 8.6 seconds 0 to 62 time. The next engine is a plug-in hybrid engine. This uses a 1.5 litre turbo petrol engine mated to an electric motor, giving the Volkswagen Golf Facelift 204 brake horsepower. This engine has been upgraded from the Mark 8 as it now has a bigger battery pack, giving this car an electric only range of a boost up to 62 miles from a 19.7 kWh battery pack. This is mated to a 7-speed automatic DSG gearbox, and it powers the front wheels, giving the car a 0 to 62 time of just 7.2 seconds. Finally, we get onto the diesel engines. These are both 2 litre units. Let's start with the base model first. This gets 113 brake horsepower and a 0 to 62 time of just 10.2 seconds. This is mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox and powers the front wheels. The final version is a 148 brake horsepower model with an 8-second 0 to 62 time, and this is mated to a 7-speed automatic DSG gearbox, again powering the front wheels. We won't talk about the GTE or the GTI today, but I may do that in a separate video on them very soon. The price of the new Volkswagen Golf Mark 8.5 starts at £27,035. Let's have a look at what's new on the interior. So, climbing inside the new Volkswagen Golf Mark 8.5, and there are some changes. To start with, the touch-sensitive buttons on the steering wheel have now gone on all of the models apart from the R, with Volkswagen claiming they have been greatly improved to reduce the amount of false touches that you had on the previous model. This is great news. The instrument cluster also gets new graphics too, which aren't as in your face as before and looks sportier too. The centre console also has some more gloss black material to give it a more premium look. And now for the big change, the infotainment system. One of the most criticised features of the Golf Mark 8 has now been upgraded to the new MIB4 software, with this new 12.9-inch screen taken straight from the Tiguan and Passat estate. Along with this, you now get light-up climate control sliders and volume sliders. Yes, they are still touch sensitive, but it is a step in the right direction from the old model, and hopefully we will see proper knobs for the next generation. The seats are the same as before, but the materials have changed slightly, which brings me on to the next fault with the Mark 8. The materials have been improved throughout the cabin, giving it a much more premium feel. Don't get me wrong, it is not as good as the Mark 7 or 7.5, but just like the sliders, it is a step in the right direction. It just shows that Volkswagen has listened and they want to make a few right changes. Right, let's have a look to see what it is like in the back seats. So, climbing into the rear of the Golf Mark 8.5, and it is exactly the same as the Mark 8. This means legroom and headroom is decent enough for a 6-footer. The materials are okay in the back, but do still feel quite cheap in some areas considering the price of the car. You do get your own climate control system though, as well as your own rear air vent and heated rear seats, as well as an armrest, but most of those are an option. Now, going off track a little bit, but I don't really know what Volkswagen is playing at the moment with their options list when you configure the new Golf, Tiguan or Passat. You have to add loads of options that should be standard. For example, tyre pressure monitoring system you have to add as an option. This should be standard on every single car that comes out by now. Making your own Volkswagen is not as easy as it used to be, or should be even. The prices can also easily creep up and go out of control if you add the features that should be standard. Anyway, rant over. Let's have a look at the boot. So, opening the boot to the new Golf Facelift, and you are welcomed with the same 381 litres of boot space. This is decent enough and is on par with its rivals. Folding the seats down, you get 1,237 litres, which again is on par with its rivals. So, in summary then, what do I think of the new Golf Mark 8.5? Well, if we compare it to the Mark 8, then it is a big improvement considering it is only a facelift. But it could be better in some areas just to make it feel that step ahead of its rivals. At the moment it is on par with its rivals, which is no bad thing, and it is a great car, but I just want something to make it feel that bit more special to stand out from the crowd, like what the Golf used to be able to do with the Mark 6, the Mark 7 and even the classic Golfs. Let's hope the all-electric Mark 9 Golf can do that. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.